or if you go into any type of funding from like American Express, Discover, Chase, Citi, all of these lenders are going to check your personal credit. So don't be misled by some of the things that you read online, because you can build business credit that way. But if I have $50,000, if I got $50,000 in gas card because I got a $10,000 gas card, all right, guys, welcome to the YMA Nation podcast. Today is Wealth Building Monday. My name is Joseph Wallace, and I have a wonderful topic for you guys today, because I know you guys seen the title and you're thinking, I want to know, how do I get investors? So this is for our entrepreneurs and our business owners, and we're going to talk about how do you get investors. We're going to talk about what are different type of investors. So if you're on right now, make sure you click that thumbs up button. Make sure you like. Make sure down in the comment section you hashtag YMA Nation. So you have the opportunity to go into our cash drawing. Also down in the description, you see that we have the new hot single out, Good Vibrations by Joe Wallace featuring Major Maestro. Make sure you watch the video after this and like, comment on that video too. So today, guys, we are talking about how to get investors. So this is for my entrepreneurs out there. If you're an entrepreneur, give me a thumbs up. If you are a business owner, thumbs up on the video. If you are at the point where even if you have an idea, or if you're trying to grow and scale your company, and you're like, you know what, right now, I need more money. I need more access to capital. Who can I get to help support me? And we always think the first thing is investors, which there's multiple ways of attracting investors. So let's get into this, guys. First, I would like to tell you guys that there is a multitude of different type of investors, and I want to cover each one. So the first one that I would like to talk about is when we think of people that's going to invest in our dreams or our business, a lot of times we fail to think about the people that are closest to us, like our friends and our family members. So your friends and your family could be investors in your company. So especially if you are up and running, then it's an easier sell to go to your mom, your father, your brother, your sister, grandmother, aunt, and say, hey, I've been operating this business for a year. My company brings in $20,000 per month or $10,000 per month. And I feel that I can grow my company where I could increase that amount if I had access to more capital. How? I'm going to give you guys the reality though, because most people, they're skeptical about when someone approached them, asking them to invest their hard-earned money, because most of the time, your friends and your family, they're actually coming out of pocket, or they're pulling from like their 401k to help invest in your dreams. Number one, and I tell every client that meets with me or do a consultation. Number one, as a business owner or entrepreneur, if you're trying to launch a successful business, you need a business plan. You need a business plan. Critical. You need a business plan. And you will not believe that 8 out of every 10 companies, small businesses, do not have a business plan. That business plan outlines everything about your business. It outlines your marketing strategy. It outlines the background of your company. It gives a summary of your company. It outlines the objectives, all the managers, all staff members involved, everyone that makes that business run is outlining that business plan. It talks about the future of your company. It goes into the financials of your company. So when you are approaching a family member and saying, hey, you know what, I bring in $10,000 per month. Here's my business plan. If you look towards the back, you see my financials. And my financials show how much we gross, how much we net. It shows what we spend every dollar on, from payroll to equipment to supplies to taxes, everything. If you approach a family member with a business plan and you can explain that business plan from front to end, you just gain the confidence, whether it's a family member, whether it's a bank, whether it's an investor, whatever. When you have that business plan and you know your business inside out, it makes people more comfortable to work or to invest their money in you, because then they feel more comfortable knowing that, you know what, it's a good chance that I'm going to get my money back plus a return. Get a business plan. If you don't know how to do a business plan, you can always go on www.ymafinancial.com. www.ymafinancial.com. The company are experts in business startups and expansion, and you can get your business plan professionally done. You can also contact them at 864-249-1439. Again, that's YMA Financial, www.ymafinancial.com, 864-249-1439. Let's talk about angel investors. And I'm not talking about this spirit that's going to come down from the clouds and invest in your business. We're going to talk about angel investors. An angel investor is normally an individual who invests their money into your idea or your business. Most angel investors have an earned income of around $200,000 or has a net worth of $1 million or more. So you'll approach an angel investor where they have websites online where you can actually upload your idea and your business plan, and there's angel investors that's out there trying to find companies to invest in. Peer-to-peer lenders. So peer-to-peer lenders are individuals or groups that help fund small businesses. These peer-to-peer, like, there's a lot of websites online now that does peer-to-peer lending. So you could go you go on a peer-to-peer lending website, upload your idea, your business plan, and they have, I can't promote any specific site, but I will tell you guys, if you go on Google and type in peer-to-peer lending, there's so many sites that offer that program. And those companies specialize in funding small businesses. Banks. Banks are not really investors, but they are, because they are investing the money for other people. So when you have your money with a bank, that money is being used for lending purposes, whether it's for mortgages, auto loans, credit cards, small businesses. That's how the bank make their money. They loan out your money with the hopes of gaining back an interest on that money, which most large banks, right? That's why they are still here, because they have been successful in their strategy. So banks, that's the classic form of getting like loans and that type of lending. So banks. The last one I want to bring up is venture capitalists. So venture capitalists are private equity companies that invest in your business. Most venture capitalist companies don't invest in like that company that's just have an idea. Most venture capitalist companies, they invest in someone that business is either operational or that business already have access to startup capital. So they normally come in the later stages of funding. Venture capitalists. Let's talk about the difference between an angel investor and a venture capitalist, right? So both of them, both companies will take a piece of your company. So when you look at like Shark Tank and you go on and you present your product and, hey guys, I got this new mug. It's called YMA Nation mug. And this mug, what it does is whatever that your pitch is, and then that the company is going to offer you a certain amount of money for a certain percentage of your company or a return on that amount that they're lending. Both companies, as an angel investor or venture capitalist, their goal is to assist you with your dream, but their priority is to make money off the money that they lend. Both do assist in startups, but as I stated, venture capitalists, they're more involved.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, "It's just a credit score, relax."
Are you checking your credit score?
Hold on.
In the later stages of that startup company or that company that already is up and operational. So angel investors, those are your private investors, as we stated earlier. The venture capitalists, those are professional lenders who invest other people's money the majority of the time. Sometimes they invest their own, but most of the time venture capitalists are acting as investors, investing other people's money into what they feel is a viable company that's going to succeed. The difference between an venture capitalist company and an angel investor, a venture capitalist company, they're normally writing that check for like $2 million or more. So in your business plan, it's going to outline, I need X amount of money of lending, and this money is going to go towards X, Y, and Z. That venture capitalist firm is normally writing that check for $2 million or more. When you think of your angel investors, they're normally investing like a small amount between like $10,000 to $100,000. That's the difference between those two. The other thing that's different between your angel investors and your venture capitalist company is your angel investors, they're more hands-off. Like here's a check for $10,000. Here's a contract. Here's how we want to get our money back. Here's the payment terms. That venture capitalist company, they're normally going to have a board created, and they're going to be more engaged in your company. That's why, again, if you watch on Shark Tank, some people will choose a certain shark because they know if I choose this shark that they have previous expertise in this industry, and I know that they'll be more hands-on with me to help me gain more experience in growing this company. So venture capitalists, it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing, because now they're going to be all into the mix. That means that you need to run that business on point. The angel investors, hey, good luck. Send us the report, send us your P&Ls, make sure we get our return. We talked about the banks too, right? So the banks, I want to go over the different type of lending because this may be the most achievable way for most people to get lending. So the bank offer different type of loans. They have the Sba loans, like which is your 7A loan, micro loans, your 504 loans. Like, so I want to go over each type of loan to see which loan would fit you best. So your 7A loans, those loans, the bank loans up to $5 million. That loan is backed by the SBA. So the bank lends the money. The SBA guarantees the money, stating up to a certain percentage that if you default on a loan, the SBA will cover that amount. That type of loan is normally, the purpose of that loan is for working capital, expansion, and equipment purchases. Next, we have the Xba Express Loan. The Xba Express Loan, that loan goes up to $500,000. That loan is for expansion, capital, equipment purchases, real estate. One thing I will tell you about these two loans, whether you're talking about the 7A loan or the Sba Express loans, the larger amount of money that you request, the more documentation that they're going to ask for. You're talking about they want to see tax returns, possibly like 2 years of tax returns. They want to see a business plan. These are things that's going to be mandatory for you to even get this loan approved. The tax returns. They want to see bank statements. They want to see your P&L. They want to see everything. You're talking about asking a bank for $1 million or $500,000. They want to see the documentation. They want to make sure that your business plan outlines that if we approve this $500,000, that here's what you plan on doing with the funds. And here's how we feel comfortable with knowing that we'll be able to get these funds back. I will also tell you that if you go to a bank to try to get an SBA loan, you have to make sure that your credit is up to par. So when you see everybody online that tells you, hey, you know what, like you could build your business credit without your social security number, you absolutely can. You can get a bunch of gas cards. You can get a Sam's Club card. You can get all these type of cards from Office Depot and build your business credit. You got a Don score of a 90 and a credit score of a 490. So when you walk into that bank and they pull your credit and they decline you because of your poor credit score, and you're like, well, y'all don't just check the business credit. Well, obviously you have been misled, or not misled, but you have followed whatever you have watched, a blog or a video that tells you that you can build your business credit and you won't have to use your social security number ever. That's not true. That is absolutely not true. When you go into a bank, or if you go into any type of funding from like American Express, Discover, Chase, Citi, all of these lenders are going to check your personal credit. So don't be misled by some of the things that you read online, because you can build business credit that way. But if I have $50,000, if I got $50,000 in gas card, because I got a $10,000 gas card, a $15,000 gas card, another $10,000 gas card. I got all these gas cards, and I got an excellent excellent paydex score through Dun & Bradstreet. But I don't run a business that I can even use the gas cards for. So make sure your credit is up to par. And if you need help on your credit, you can look down in the description. There's a company, Masters Credit Consultants, that can assist you with doing that. www.masterscredit.com. Let's talk about the easier loans that you could obtain from the bank. You have your Sba Micro Loan that you can obtain for the bank. And those loans are, the purpose of those loans are for inventory, supplies, equipment, machinery, working capital. Those loans are easier to get. Most banks still want to see a business plan. You can get a small loan for $10,000 and your score don't have to be a 680, but you can't go into the bank with a 510, 520 credit score, 540 credit score, trying to get even a $10,000 loan. They still have requirements. They still have credit score requirements. You may not have to provide 2 years of tax returns because you're only asking for $10,000. But most lenders still want to see a business plan. Now, what you can do is you can apply for a business credit card through your bank for your business. And that is easier to obtain, where you won't have to obtain or provide tax returns or a business plan. But again, your credit score needs to be up to par. The last thing that I'm going to tell you guys is that if you're trying to get an investor involved in your business, know your business like the back of your hand. It's nothing worse than someone asking you to invest in their business and you start to ask them questions about their business and they don't have an answer for it. So be over prepared when, even if you're going to your parents, be professional, be over prepared to answer. You think about, if I go to them and I tell them that I'm about to do this, this, and this, what possible questions they could ask me. If I tell them this, they may ask, well, Mom, I want to start a trucking company. What, really, son? Oh, right. Yeah. And all I need is $30,000. I'm going to spend $20,000 on a truck, and I need to have the other $10,000 to get all the documentation done because I got to get my authority. I have to get insurance. I want to have $5,000 put to the side for maintenance. Oh, okay, great. So, tell me about this. So you're just going to go and get a truck, and how are you going to get loads and all this thing? I don't know. I got a homeboy, Mom, that, he's doing the same thing, and he's going to hook me up with a dispatcher. That you want to be prepared. Like, you want to have all of this information, especially if you're going to sit down in a bank. Be over prepared. So, bank, I'm asking for $50,000. I need a $50,000 loan or a $50,000 line of credit. I have a 740 credit score. If you go and you sit down with the banker and you're providing the information before they even ask you for the information, you just gain their confidence. You're like, wow, okay, well, this person is ready. Just by your credit score, if you tell them that your credit score is above 700, the first thing in the mind of a banker is they know how to manage money. Because they had to get that 700 credit score by managing some type of lending source, whether it was through a credit card, whether it was through an auto loan. To get to that 700, they had to have on-time payments. If it's through like your credit card, they was able to maintain the debt to credit ratio under a certain percentage, and they made all their payments on time. Make sure you're over prepared to provide the information before they ask. And then after you already play out the whole scenario in your mind, all the information that you're going to provide, think of what possible questions can come from what I just stated. Well, I just told them that. What could they possibly ask me? Let me write that down. And if they do ask me that, what am I going to say back? Be over prepared for your presentation. Look at that. That was right, direct, on the money. We're talking about how to get investor, guys. I hope this was informative for you guys. This is Wealth Building Monday, so the purpose is to give you guys the tips to help you to whatever your dreams are, whatever your goals are, whatever your inspirations are, aspirations, that you have all the tools, information, and resources to help you achieve those things. So thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you like, comment, and if it's your first time joining us, make sure you subscribe. Click that subscribe button. It takes you 1 second to click the subscribe button. And if it's your first time joining us, make sure you scroll back through all the helpful videos that we have produced so far. We are over 100 videos and content. So if you go back from video 1 to up to our video today, there's pretty much every piece of information that you need to be successful. So guys, I will see you on
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association.